Ron, congratulations to the class of 2026. 8 years ago, I was living out my Hollywood dream. I was writing screenplays for major studios. I directed a feature film. I had a hotshot agent, a beautiful wife, a newborn baby. I was living in a bungalow near the beach. And I had plenty of run-ins with famous stars, like that time that I salsa danced with Zoe Saldana on her birthday. When I ate pancakes next to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Or that time that I rode in a golf cart with Mila Kunis, and I could have sworn we hit it off. And that's when I decided to move back home to Saranac. Why? That's what my wife was asking. But you can't blame her, she didn't know any better, she's from Lake Placid. I believe in this place. I believe this place is special. And I believe that growing up here is a gift, and it's the type of gift that you should share if you can. It was here where my movie-making dreams began. I made my first movie as a senior project in 1999. And right away I was struck by how it felt like the whole town had my back. Students and teachers were my cast. We packed the gymnasium for a basketball scene. We even incorporated the SLPD, although not intentional. We were shooting down the old Sugar Creek gas station, and I had a couple of kids, including school board member Justin Garwood, with ski masks and toy guns pretending to rob the place. Sure enough, the police busted in with their real guns aiming at us and screaming at us to drop our weapons and put our hands in the air. It was terrifying. But after he explained that we're just local young students exploring our art through the arts of the heist, they agreed to help us, and they ran their sirens for our next shot. If I was in LA, I would have been arrested or potentially shot. I went to film school at the University of Southern California, but it was here where I learned to be a filmmaker. Every summer I'd come home to make a short film, and every time I was surprised and blown away by how the town would step up to support me. Lakeview Deli would feed us for practically nothing. The fire department lifted us up in a crane. The Enterprise put me on the front page. My friends helped the boom mics and set up the lights. My friends' parents even let us shoot in their house when they were out of town, which was a decision they unfortunately came to regret. One night, we forgot to lock the door, and when we came back, the house had been ransacked. The windows were smashed, the kitchen was demolished. In the center of the living room was a huge pile. Who would do such a thing? Maybe a hoodlum from Tupper Lake? No. A bear had gotten inside and wrecked the place. The homeowners were very upset, but because they wanted to support the local young filmmaker, they agreed to let us continue shooting. God bless them for that. After film school, I struggled. I was desperate for any opportunity to prove myself, to show that I was a real filmmaker in LA. But out in California, I didn't have that same feeling of a community behind me. And that's okay, that's how the industry works, and that's often how the world works. But that's not how things work in Saranac Lake, and I promise you, we are better for it. Every Thanksgiving in LA, we get a bunch of Saranac immigrants together. Sometimes we have more than 20 of us. It was incredible. When I was with them, it was easy to be reminded of how far I'd come. And it was easy to be reminded that I did have a bunch of people who had my back and who believed in me and supported me. For a few short hours, I could even forget that my new boss, the legendary producer Joel Silver, had just called me an effing moron. It was through that job with Joel that I finally got my shot to make a short film that would make a splash in Hollywood. I had the script, I had access to the Warner Brothers lot, I had everything that I needed except for the budget. $15,000. So I set up a Kickstarter to raise the money. You'll never guess who stepped up. Not Mila Kunis. Saranac Lake. People from this community donated so quickly, so generously. I had my entire budget in less than a week, and that film changed everything for me. It jump-started my career. This place is special. You might not feel it right now, but I guarantee you felt it. Who here was at the spring musical or saw the spring musical Mamma Mia? Make some noise. Who here got to play on that new turf field or got to stand in those bleachers and cheer on the Red Storm under the lights this year? Sang chorus, or playing band, or danced in the dance sanctuary, or filled up the after prom party and saw a car donated to a local student, or you witnessed the boys varsity basketball team make a legendary run this year. You felt it there. I'll tell you how I felt it. Last year, Coach Bennett reached out to my twin brother, Ricky Sullivan, asked him to help out with the football team. Ricky was over the moon. If you don't know Ricky, who here knows Ricky? He's the #1 red scoring sports fan of all time. He was the Winter Carnival King. He's a real special guy. He's got some special needs that he could be a handful, so I was nervous going into the season. I didn't know how it would go. Until that first game under the lights. And I saw every player giving him a high five. I saw the student section react when he would go to pump them up. And I saw him smiling ear to ear, walking up and down those sidelines like he was coaching a Super Bowl winning team. I saw how every coach, every fan, every person in attendance made him feel like he belonged. Not like he was just helping out the coaching staff, or like he was a mascot, but like he was part of the team. That's Saranac Lake.
Woo!
And that is your gift. And it's sweet, like a twist from Mountain Mist. It hits the spot like a slice from Owl's Nest or a pat on the back from Mr. Dan. It's pure like a swim in Lower Saranac. And it shines like the beautiful bald head of Coach Bennett. It's yours to embrace, to carry with you, and to share. Whether you're going to college or starting a career, or if you're staying local, you will always have this place, you will always have this community. Wherever you go, you're going to bring it with you because it is a part of you, and it is unique, and therefore you are unique. Share it far and wide, wear it loud and proud. Make others feel like they belong, like they're supported, like you are where they can go to feel at home. Because that's Saranac Lake, and that is who you are. And that's the gift that keeps on giving, and that's why I moved home from Hollywood. Congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you.